I didn't mind Alice Adams as a film, but I have to say I didn't love the character of Alice Adams, and it's not usual for me to not really care for a Katharine Hepburn character, so it was definitely a different experience for me. This is a film from 1935, directed by George Stevens, and of course we have Katharine Hepburn as Alice Adams. We also have Fred MacMurray as Arthur Russell, and Alice is wanting to be higher in society than she actually is. Her family hasn't got a great deal of money, so she's going to a party and she's having to pick her own flowers instead of buying them. She's having to wear a dress that is 2 years old, can you believe it? And she kind of pretends to be above her station, if you like, and she meets a romantic interest, and she kind of doesn't admit to what her real life is actually like, and she tries to keep up this pretense that she's actually a lot higher in society than she actually is, and a lot wealthier than she actually is, of course. And the big question is, will the truth ever be revealed? And also, does it matter? Should it matter? Of course, the answer to that is no, it shouldn't matter. But on the one hand, I can understand wanting to be, better than she actually is, or having a better life than she actually has, and being higher in society than she actually is. But at the same time, I just found the character sometimes a little bit irritating. Not always. It's not like I hated the character and, I couldn't follow her journey or anything. But at the same time, I didn't love her. And it is so unusual for me to not love a Katharine Hepburn character. Katharine Hepburn, of course, gave a fantastic performance. This might be the youngest Katharine Hepburn I've seen, or indeed the oldest Katharine Hepburn film. I'm not 100% sure, but because obviously the film is called Alice Adams and it's about Alice Adams, it's kind of integral to like the character, and that meant that when I wasn't a big fan of her actions, sometimes when I didn't like her actions, it was funny to watch. I don't think it's necessarily meant to be a comedy, but there were times when I thought it was rather amusing. But I don't know, it's hard to describe how I feel about it, because I didn't mind it. There's nothing wrong with the narrative. I think there are some good messages in there, and Alice as a character, I think, is actually a well-written character. But just because she's well-written and has a lot of, a very detailed personality, it doesn't necessarily mean I love every aspect of that personality. So it actually seems to tick every box. It's just not the most amazing film I've ever seen, to put it mildly. But I think it definitely has some interesting points in it. And we have some other interesting characters as well. Her father in particular I thought was quite a nice character. Her mother was a pain, to be honest. She was really annoying. Well acted. Acting's fine across the board, of course. Well shot. Great use of various sets. The party scene I thought was particularly well done. So yeah, there are a lot of positives to it. I can't say it's a bad film, and I think I would recommend it. But if you ask me to name 5 Katharine Hepburn films to recommend, Alice Adams wouldn't come close.